Come up here so I can hear you.
It's like witnessing a suicide. You know, it's criminal. I mean, the waves are coming up and they're closing their beach. This guy's trying to run me over. And this raw sewage, 500 gallons, is going right out into the surface.
Only 500 gallons?
5,000?
5 million. Happy sailors.
The main message we want to get to the surfers, Bob, is that when the health department recommends they stay out of the water, please stay out of the water for their own health and safety. And that's why we put up the beach closed signs. That's why we're making the public address announcements. We recommend the surfers follow the health department's advice.
Okay, go ahead. Just say it right in the mic there.
The main message we want to get to the surfers is that when the health department recommends you stay out, we want you to stay out for your own health and safety. Follow the health department's advice as to when and where you should stay out of the water.
Are you aware that the lagoon is going to get opened up into the surf zone and that a septic tank broke into the lagoon yesterday?
No, I'm not. I was under the impression that they're no longer breaching the lagoon manually. They're just going to breach it, let it breach on its own.
Okay, but you just got out of the water from surfing there.
Right.
Did you smell anything while you were out there?
No.
No smell.
I don't.
Are you concerned surfing out there about the water?
Yes, I'm concerned, and I don't go surfing out there while the lagoon is breaching, while it's flowing into the ocean. I don't surf there.
Okay, what about after it's been sitting there? And what do you think about them opening it up today, right now, during a swell?
Well, it's probably not a good idea when there's more people in the water than normal. But I was under the impression they're no longer manually or using with equipment breaching lagoon.
But
I won't surf here when the lagoon's draining into the ocean.
Right.
And there's a definite need to do something, or several things, or many things, to clean up the water quality in the lagoon.
What do you think about this?
Well, I have mixed feelings about it. We're doing this, breaching the sand berm here as an emergency measure to try to stop property damage that's occurring in the surrounding area. On Wednesday, we received a report that property here in the Malibu colony was being flooded because of the high level of the lagoon. And I immediately called the Coastal Commission, advised them, sent them an application for an emergency permit to relieve the water level here. On Thursday morning, we received a report that a septic system had failed in the Cross Creek Shopping Center on the other side of the Pacific Coast Highway Bridge, and the raw sewage had bubbled up through the pavement and flowed out into Malibu Lagoon. Also at the same time here in the colony, the Waterworks District was trying to repair water pipes, and the holes were filling up with water, and they were unable to repair the pipes due to the high groundwater level. I consulted with Rick Morgan, Malibu City Engineer. Rick felt 100% sure that the high water level in the ground due to the high level of the lagoon was causing this problem. I reported that to the Coastal Commission. They advised me to proceed under a section of the Coastal Act which allows a public agency to take emergency action without a permit in order to stop, reduce, or end damage to property. And that's what we've done here this morning in cooperation with the LA County Beaches and Harbors Department, the LA County Lifeguard Service, and the City of Malibu.
Thanks. Jan, what do you think about this?
I think this is absolutely disgusting. I don't understand why this is being allowed to happen. I've surfed all over the world. I've never experienced anything like this. I don't understand why here we are in Malibu. We can't do anything about it. I feel very frustrated and very upset.
What do you think about this? What's going on?
What's going on is the problem is that the septic systems in Malibu Colony have been overflowing, and they're having flooding in their property, and therefore they have requested an emergency breach. As far as the fish in the lagoon, they seem to be doing fairly well. The species that we have here are euryhaline. They can move from the ocean into the brackish water. The tidewater goby being the toughest of the lot. My big concern with the lack of shoreline is that there are no places for the birds at all. And this is going to be an ongoing problem as long as we import water into Los Angeles with the required sewage treatment and no other place to send the water. Therefore, I feel that we need to get this water out, and we need to look for a mechanism by which we can do this without harm to anyone, whether it's people or wildlife.
You're just standing in the water. Are your concerns of the quality of the water?
I have concern for the quality of water because I understand there was a septic system that overflowed into the lagoon yesterday, spilling 500 gallons worth of sewage. However, I was fishing in here during that spill yesterday and so far have not had any signs of gastroenteritis. I've been fishing and working in this lagoon since 1985. The only problem I've ever had in terms of skin rashes or infections has come from a broken beer bottle. So maybe I have a better immune system than most people, but certainly I clearly seem to be okay working in this water. I am careful about washing my hands before I eat.
What do you think? What are these nets for behind you?
These nets are to see if any fish are washing out during an artificial breach. We're concerned that with this much water flushing out this fast that we're going to be losing fish species. So this will give us a chance to test that.
It's really kind of cutting down here. It's acting a little differently now.
Can you explain a little something about the endangered species that are allegedly in this area or are claimed to be endangered in this area?
The tidewater goby has recently been listed as an endangered species. It is endangered primarily because of the lack of adjacent brackish water lagoons. We used to have a lot more between Ventura and here. Now it's Malibu Lagoon, and the nearest river is the Santa Clara River. This is a species that is not going to survive in the ocean, and therefore when it had been bulldozed out during flood control measures some years ago, probably back in the 70s or 80s, we lost the goby. Our district reintroduced it. It was my car that even carried it here. We put 52 gobies in the lagoon, and in spite of floods and all sorts of bad water conditions, the goby seems to be thriving here. I don't feel that in this environment it is as endangered as the other species that are not being managed for. I think single species management is going to be a serious error because we're going to lose other species as well.
And what about the steelhead trout, which is ostensibly going to be listed?
Now the steelhead needs cold water upstream. The young of the year are going to be living up there. At the moment, the Ringe Dam has sealed off the best steelhead habitat. The problems that we have down here is that in the summer months we have a lot of urban runoff. This water is going to be warm, and it will have pollutants in it that could possibly harm steelhead. The keeping of a brackish water lagoon is ideal for both steelhead and for the tidewater goby, in that especially the steelhead is coming down here from a freshwater habitat. It is learning, it's becoming acclimated to the bit of salt water that is in here. However, what I have seen here over time is that we have more and more urban runoff coming in here. We also have additional wastewater coming in here. So the volume of fresh water, I think, is a serious problem in the lagoon. It is also with that volume of fresh water that there is the potential for bacterial growth. And salt water can kill enteric viruses, and also can kill E. coli, which is a problem, especially in the human food. So again, I think we need to deal with the excess amount of water here in the lagoon. And I feel that we need to explore many different avenues before a decision is made.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, there is.
I think we ought to put all the way across.
109.
He doesn't have them in order. Where's that?
Here.
I can't read these. Here. One, it's 150. Yeah, this is okay. Top smell 95.
124.
I guess that's all there are.
We're letting go Gambusi at the top smell.
Yeah. 110.
116.
We'll meet their fate out there.
Oh, well, we did one last year. That kept.
150.
No,
Yeah,
last year we
150.
did like 90. First year, 96. And that makes all the seed bank.
Okay, what do you think about this?
Well, I think it's very tragic that this has to happen on a Friday morning when the surf is starting to pick up, and there's going to be more and more people that want to use this beach today and through the weekend. Unfortunately, it's occurred because of all this excess water that's coming downstream. Tapia being one source up through June, and all the water that the Las Virgenes Municipal Water District is selling since that time that's running off into the creek along with other possible sources. This problem has to be prevented. This is not any kind of solution. This is a temporary fix for failing septic systems and property that's reportedly damaged in the Malibu colony because of the very high lagoon levels. So the water board has to take action to prevent all these excess flows from Tapia and elsewhere coming down and filling up this lagoon, which is obviously contaminated now, which will be flowing out and producing health hazards for swimmers and surfers today and probably at least through this weekend.
I just got out of the water, surfing a new swell at Malibu. It's Friday morning and the weekend's coming, and lifeguards just called us out of the water telling us there's been a raw sewage spill into the lagoon, and here we go. Got some pretty clean water the last couple of weeks. The lagoon shut off, and the smell's back this morning.
Really bad.